Hola guys and girls, and welcome to week 9 of the GBA. The Borussia Donphan are facing off against the Tampa Bay Luxrays, coached by none other than Monotooi. This is the first rematch of the season. We faced Monotooi before in week 3, where he defeated us 0-3, and there we suffered our worst loss so far in the season, at least in my opinion. Out of the 4 losses I got so far versus George, there was much hacks involved, so it was not really a clean loss where I got straight outplayed, outprepped. And then with the matches versus Duncan and Chimp, there I always had a game-winning plan till the end. I knew what I had to do to win, but then surprisingly Magiana got of course outsped by some EV shenanigans with Chimpact and some good preparation on Duncan's part, so I'm not too salty about those losses. But versus Mono, the win, there I basically never had a foot in the match. I got wrecked in this game. I thought I got out. He brought a very good team versus me. He outprepared me, he outplayed me, and I never really had momentum in that match. And he just had all the cards in his hand, and he didn't even had to play everything he had up his sleeve to even win versus me. So I think that was the worst loss, and this is the chance today to get redemption for that. So in general, this game is of course still very important for the playoff race, even though Monotooi is not a direct contender for the playoff race. In theory he is, but he and Chimpact are a bit ahead of the rest of us, so they're not guaranteed in playoffs, but they have so good chances in that, so I don't see them as a direct contender. The direct contenders for the playoff spots are George, which is currently 1 win ahead of us, Gator and Duncan, which are currently tied for record with us. Gator having a better differential, Duncan having a worse differential, so far Gator is having the spot I am fighting for, but only a bit differential points. And then Dan, who is 1 win behind us. So if we win, we can potentially tie up with George, snag the black of space from Gator. If we lose, we could give everyone a lead, and Dan could potentially tie with us, making this race very difficult for us. Like I said, these next few weeks are going to be very important for the playoff race. It's so close. Like I said, we got 3 guys tied for record, all fighting for the same playoff spot. We got 1 guy only with 1 win ahead and 1 guy with only 1 lose ahead. So basically we got 5 people fighting for 2 playoff spots, and it's going to be insane. This past few weeks, for our conference at least, it's going to be very insane how important these matches are for our playoff picture. But yeah, that's the history of the match. Looking for the shoutouts you have to expect at the beginning of my matches. Of course, shout out to Potato Jim for recording this match for me. I do not have a capture card, he has one, and he is kind enough being a good friend to me and recording these matches for me. Definitely check out his channel and Twitter, both in the description. He is in the PPL, Pokemon Premier League, one of the other great leagues out there. And yeah, they actually started, they're currently in week 2, and you can check his team out, the Pineco. I have no idea how to probably pronounce that. It's Pineco, then a BH, and then Ramblers. It's a decently funny name, but I have no idea how to properly pronounce it. Like Pineco. It's a struggle. Check it out and ask him yourself how to pronounce that properly. But yeah, then of course shout out to Berk for joining this team for me. He is currently no league going on, but he is in 1 league, and I know it has a difficult letter order. It says like 4, I think, but he is in the league. He's coach of the New England Patriots. I hope I got that right. But definitely check him out. His league, I have no idea when this league starts, to be honest, but it's gonna be coming soon. And of course, he's a great analyst, great guy. Say him, he smells from me, and yeah, that's basically all the shoutouts. So, now looking at team preview, if you want to know about my team, or about Mono's threats, what my threats are, what he brought last time, all this fine and detailed, what my team is all about in this match, check out the team builder I uploaded yesterday. Link to that is in the description, but for all which do not really have the time for that, or just don't care enough, a really slim, quick rundown of my team. First of all, we got physically defensive, GBA Barry Marina, specially defensive Rocky Helmet Donphan, specially offensive Black Sludge Nihilego, Select Berry, Moxie, Heracross, then bulky, bulk up, Chesto, Resto, Tornadus, and as last physically defensive Colbur Berry, Celebi. So a lot of berries. We got 3 berries on a 6-man team, so 50% fruit. So the vegetarians out there are at least a bit happy with me. And on Mono's team, we see the Gringer, the Miltank, the Jirachi, the Buzzhole, the Zygarde, and the Celezzle. So no big difference to last time's team. He only changed the the Bishop for the Bustle, which I'm very happy with. I prepared decently well for Bustle and decently well for Bishop as well, but I'm very happy to not see Bishop, because that means the Coldberry on my Celebi can actually be fully concentrated on the potential crunch on that Zygarde, and I don't have to worry about any pursuit shenanigans going on with this Bishop versus my Celebi. Of course, like I said, Greninja, it's gonna be Life Orb or Expert Belt, I'm pretty sure of that. I don't expect to choice Greninja. I don't know if he will bring the physical one again, or a more special orientated this one, but either way, it's gonna be fast, gonna be offensive. Then Miltank might, like the last time he brought a physically defensive Choppleberry one to take on my fighting types. This time I don't have my Lucario, but I have my Heracross, so I have to scout off of that. Then Jirachi, like I said, most expecting the same set as last time with the Assault Vest. He might have some moveset changes, but I very much expect him being Assault Vest again. Then Bustle and Zygarde. Zygarde I'm mainly expecting to be Jolly Choice Bandit like last time. Then the Bustle, I don't know. It could be Scarf, it could be Bandit, it could be like a bulky setup variant, it could be Assault Vest as well. Bustle has a lot of potential sets it can run. Either way, it's going to be bulky. If it's Choice Scarf, it's going to be fast as well, and if it's Choice Bandit, it's just going to be strong as hell. And yeah, then we got at last the Salazzle. I'm expecting as either like Expert Belt or Life Orb, just Fire Blast, Slash Bomb, Hit Power Ground, and then last, I don't know, Substitute, Nasty Plot. He doesn't really need anything. Maybe Flamethrower if he doesn't want to mit Fire Blast or something like that. But yeah, like I said, Expert Battle, Life Orb, or maybe like a berry, like Charlie Berry or the Ground Berry. Even though the Ground Berry doesn't make too many sense because it's 4 times weak to it, so without the Ground Berry, it's only 1 time weak to it, but still is so frail, so it dies to most Earthquakes. So if a berry, I think it's more likely the Charlie Berry with my Lego. But yeah, that's the whole team. Looking at his team, my Primarina has actually a great matchup versus everything, barring the Jirachi. With Jirachi, I would switch out. Of course, I have the KBA Berry, so I can take 1 poison hit from any of these mons and basically OHKO them back, be it the Salazzle with Scald. The Zygarde I can't really OHKO, but I threaten it out with Moonblast. The Bursal I can threaten out with Moonblast. The Miltank I would poison from the start with Toxic, and then the Greninja. And I feel a sneeze coming. Okay, it's coming, but okay, goddammit. Okay, it will be coming soon. You know the feeling. Everybody knows the feeling. If you feel like a sneeze coming and then it doesn't come, goddammit. And yeah, of course the Greninja, that's the main thing I have Primarina for. Last time I did lead with Donphan predicting the Jirachi, that worked out in my favor, so this time he might lead with, like I said, with Greninja predicting my Donphan. So I'm gonna leave my Primarina. Barring a bit Jirachi, I threaten everything out and I can deal with it. And if he has Jirachi, I can of course go into my Donphan, take Grass Knots, and get some Rocky Helmet damage on this thing going. So yeah, let's start the match and see what Monotooi decides to lead with us. The screen goes black for a second, and there we go. This is Chris, aka Monotooi, challenging us to a battle. Boom. I decided to leave with my Wit. Shout out to Lady Kubo with my Primarina, and he's with Captain Ginyu, which is indeed his Greninja, so great lead matchup for me. And right here, I will go aggressive from the start. There's no way he's staying in. This last time I was the Keva Berry and basically the counter Greninja, so I fire off a Scald, trying to catch the Jirachi and switch in for a little bit of damage, and of course fishing for the sweet burn, because that's going to be great in wearing this thing down. From this damage, I of course get the burn, so Primarina, good job there. And from this damage I can tell he's either Spidef or he's gonna be the Assault Asterian again. And looking that he has no leftovers, the Assault Vest plot thickens and thickens. I of course go into my Donphan right here because that's the thing to take it on. Even if he goes for Grass Knot, I'm not too KO'd by that. He goes for the Grass Knot, so good position on his part. On Primarina it wouldn't have done too much. And what is that damage? He does over half, but that's because of a crit, and that's the Rocky Helmet damage and burn damage, and this Jirachi is already under half, and it's around half, and it's a great job wearing down. From this damage I can already tell that he is indeed even a minus attack nature. That's just how much Grass Knot does to a Donphan. He has no special attack minus attack nature, so he's more than likely physical orientated and just aggressive for my Donphan like last time. But from this range I'm actually at right here, I can't die to a Grass Knot unless he goes for a crit once again with his Grass Knot or something like that. So I'm actually going to stay here, trying to get at my rocks, because I doubt he will U-turn. If there's anything, he will hard switch, not getting more Rocky Helmet damage on him. But I will try to get at my rocks out here. But Monotooi decides to play it risky, goes for the Iron Head actually, to bring in range of Grass, hoping for the flinch, of course getting more Rocky Helmet damage on him, and he indeed does that, and Donphan is not able to go for another move. So right here, I am in range of a Grass Knot, so I am gonna switch out right here into my Celebi, predicting the Grass Knot, trying to get some more burn damage on him, because I can see I'm not gonna stay in with Celebi long. My plan is to go back into Donphan once he goes for a U-turn and basically have this Jirachi dead through burn and Rocky Helmet damage. I can see here, another round of burn, and this thing is very low, and I can switch right back into my Donphan on the predicted U-turn from this thing and get some more Rocky Helmet damage on him because he's not going for Grass Knot versus Celebi again. So yeah, I can get a lot of damage on here. U-turns are always tempting, 4 times super effective versus Celebi. And I get some more Rocky Helmet damage on him. Even though Donphan did nothing but just sitting there taking hits, this Jirachi is already at like 10% and basically dead to everything. He goes into his Greninja, and I decide right here I don't want to play it risky. Gangshot has a chance to kill my Donphan from here, and if I switch in my Primarina on a Gangshot, it will be dead. So I just sack my Donphan right here, and finally finding out that this is indeed a fully physical orientated Greninja because it has Waterfall over Surf, and I can get some more Rocky Helmet and Life Orb damage on this thing. Like you can see, he is Life Orb. So now I can go back into my Primarina, and now I have no issues with clicking Moonblast because it's everything on this team barring the Scizor, but Scizor is not really a switch into this. Even if it goes into the Jirachi, it will die from this range it's at. And Donphan, even though that's so funny, Donphan did nothing. I wasn't able to click one move. He just came in and basically killed this Jirachi. Of course, with a bit of help of Wit right here with the burn and scald damage, but I love Rocky Helmet. Rocky Helmet got through the season one of my favorite items. And Donphan, he did nothing. He got crit, he got flinched, and still the Jirachi is dead. So that's awesome. He goes into his Miltank, and like I said, once this thing is in front of me, I want to Toxic this thing to get some residual damage on that, because if he's Chopper Berry, I have to wear him down for my to sweep with my Heracross potentially. He decides to get this chance to get close to Rocks, but this is what I predicted, all going for Toxic on his side. So I get Toxic off, he goes for Rocks, and now I decide to fire for Moonblast because I want to know what kind of spread this Miltank is. He can basically go nothing, but will do a lot of damage to me. He goes for the Body Slam, should be around 20% max, so that's not too much damage. He gets the Para, so now I will have to be a bit worried for some Para hacks. Of course, the speed doesn't matter, his whole team outspeeds me already, so I'm not worried about that. I go for the Moonblast, and from this damage I can tell, yeah, he is a physically defensive, physically defensive Miltank. I get the Spectacular as like revenge hacks for the Para, I guess, but not that really matters. I switch out right here into my Celebi because I don't want to get War Down More. After Rocks, I need this amount of health to comfortably take a Gang Shot plus a Waterfall from the Greninja. So I decided to switch out right here into my Celebi, taking a Body Slam like a champ because I'm physically defensive, but that does actually a decent amount because he gets a crit. No Para though, and yeah, so now I am forced to recover. I could kill him with Psychic, but I'd rather recover here being a good amount of health because barring he gets another crit with Body Slam, I will end up with more health than before. And if he paras me, I will switch out most likely and activate my Nature Cure, so that's not too big of a problem because he will most likely switch into a counter if he doesn't build crit because he will die to Toxic right here. So that's the second kill for my Primarina, and Primarina looking very strong in this match already. The Miltank is down, Rocks are up, and he decides to switch up into his Wingull, which is actually not a Wingull, it's actually his Scizor, and I have my switch into this, which is my Neolego. If he predicts that and goes for HP Ground from the start, that's a very fine play on his part, but I doubt he would risk that. Fire Blast, Sludge Bomb, plus a Hidden Brown Ground, I can take any of these. He decides to go for the Sludge Bomb. And from this damage, I can tell that he is actually not Choice Specs. I can see he's not Life Orb, so he's most likely Expert Belt, Flame Plate, Poison Plate, something like that, or Charlie Berry. Either way, I'm gonna fire off a Power Gem right here. If he's Charlie Berry with the right investment, he will not die to this. He decides to go for Hidden Ground. Of course, like I said, I can take that even with little investment because Neolego is just so specially bulky. And like you can see, he does not have the Charlie Berry, and the Scizor is down with a crit. Crit, of course, did not matter since he didn't have the Berry or a Focus Sash. And I get my Beast Boost right here, and the Scizor is gone, and that is great. Going great so far. The Miltank is down, the Jirachi is down, the Scizor is down. He only has his 2 Pokemons and the Greninja left. So right here, like I said, I don't want to switch my Primarina to this, him predicting that with a Gang Shot. Especially now that I'm parried, I need my Primarina as much health as it can be to basically to have a chance to kill this Greninja. So I sack my Neolego right here. His main mission was to take on the Scizor, so I'm glad it was able to do that. And right here, I can go to my Wit, take some Rocks damage, still not be in range for a Gang Shot in case he wants to risk it. I can just fire the Moonblast because the rest of his team is actually weak to Fairy. He now takes his chance, go for the Gang Shot, he hits. I of course eat my Caviar Berry, and there's no way that he can kill me barring with a crit. He doesn't get a crit, and I'm just hoping, I'm praying right here not to get parried. There's so much text going on. The Caviar Berry, the Life Orb, he takes life damage. Every time I was waiting, don't get parried, it doesn't get parried. Wit actually taking the 3rd kill of this match. Primarina, I put in a ton of work into this and already put of work into the season. Primarina being my basically the biggest surprise I had this season. And yeah, Greninja goes down. He only has Zygarde and Buzzhole left. And now looking at Zygarde's face, I'm gonna not sack Primarina right here. And that's not because I want to protect his differential. If that is a case, a Dragon Dancing Zygarde, I need my Primarina around so he can't lock himself into Outrage. Because my My Celebies can take 2 crunches, even without the, even without the Golden Berry, but he can't take 2 rounds of Outrage. So I will hard switch into my Celebi right here, basically able to take any hit, because I still need this. I'm very much ahead in this game, but I can't choke. If he has a Choice Scarf, Buzzhole in the back, and this thing as a Dragon Dance variant, this game is so far from over, so I have to be smart, and one smart thing is to keep my Primarina around, so he can't lock himself comfortably into Outrage, because if he does, I get a free Moonblast on him and just need a little damage from other source to basically kill him and hope to not get parried. Right here, it does go for the 1000 arrows, which I can of course comfortably take because I'm a physically defensive Celebi. And like you can see here, he's actually not banded, he's actually Life Orb. So most likely he is Dragon Dance, because Life Orb Coil you don't see too often. I just want to fire off a Recover right here, being a good health. I was thinking about firing up Psychic, taking the Buzzhole, but I need this a good health to still check the Zygarde. He uses this chance to get up at Dragon Dance, and I'm looking in the front of a +1 Life Orb Zygarde. And from this, I couldn't take 2 crunches from the investment. If you watch my team builder, you know I had the exact investment to lift 2 +1 or banded crunches, but with Life Orb that changes everything. But because I still have the Cobra Berry, I will be able to chew these hits without a problem. He does not get a defense drop, so I can take another one as well, and I can go for a Hidden Power, basically killing this. Not killing this thing, but bringing him in range of basically everything. Hidden Power Zygarde's just way too bulky, it's ridiculous. But yeah, now I can take another crunch barring a crit, and I can kill this thing with a Hidden Power Ice, and Swivel right here is doing a great job at taking on the Zygarde, and the Zygarde is down, and now he only has the Buzzhole left. It's 4 Mons versus Buzzhole, and Buzzhole still has the potential to sweep me. I have to be scared what he does. First I have to find out if he's faster than me. So, if he's faster than me, I don't actually outspeed as max speed Buzzhole. So from this Poison Jab, I actually know that he's Jolly, because an Adamant Buzzhole I would be able to outspeed with my Celebi spread. So I know he's Jolly, but I can't yet tell if he's Scarf. And so there's only one play I can do right here. I have to go into my Heracross, which basically wins me the game, because if he's Scarf, he will outspeed me, of course. With the Poison Jab, he will bring me in range of the Salak Berry. After Salak Berry, I will be guaranteed faster than him and can go for an Aerial Ace killing him. So, like I said, if he's not Scarfed, I go for Aerial Ace, he goes for Poison Jab, or there's no move that he can kill me at +1 if I'm at full health with my Heracross. I can't kill him as well with Aerial Ace, but I can 2-hit KO him. So if he's not Scarfed, I can just Aerial Ace, he hits me, Aerial Ace again, he's dead. If he's Scarfed, he hits me, I get my Salak Berry, Aerial Ace. Next turn I do outspeed because of the Salak Berry boost, I can kill him with an Aerial Ace. So yeah, no problem right here, I can just go into my Heracross, and like you can see here, he is actually Scarfed with the Poison Jab. So if I would not have the Salak Berry on my Heracross, this would have been a very difficult situation, because if he gets to +2, he has a chance to kill my Tornadus with Rocks Up. But now that I've seen that he is Scarfed and I still have my Salak Berry intact, I can just go for an Aerial Ace, get him around to half HP. Like you can see, it's very close to being a roll, but after Karking, that's definitely not a roll. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able, if he wants to be speed creeping my mons. And I go for second Aerial Ace, and this is the 3-0 win for the Borussia Donphan versus the Monotooi in the last turn, of course, showing that Heracross is the superior bug fighting type versus this Buzzhole. Very nice matchup right there in the end. I liked it a lot. But let me pause it right here. This was a very, very, very clean match. Like last time Chris wrecked me, he never had really a shot. I never really had a shot versus him. In this game, I was the one doing the wrecking, if you want to say it like that. For everything he had, I still had everything in check. I had the Cobra Berry on my Primarina, I had the Cobra Berry on my Celebi, so he couldn't sweep me with Dragon Dance. I had the Salak Berry on my Heracross, so he couldn't sweep me with Scarf Buzzhole. All the berries coming through in this match, and that feels very good. I got a 3-0, pretty big win versus one of the top contenders of the season, so I'm very much still in the playoff race. And if I can win next week versus Gator, I can actually steal the spot from him, guaranteed. Doesn't matter how his game of this week goes. So that is going to be very, very, very nice. Very nice win. Definitely leave in the comments what you thought about this match. Definitely hit up Chris, aka Monotooi, aka coach of the Tampa Bay Luxrays. His link will be in the description, so you can check out his side of the match. But yeah, I gotta say, this match was a confidence booster. Like, this game was very nice. Like, if you knew about, I don't know if you knew about the March Madness tournament of the token minorities, I was actually part of that as well. I got to the finals actually versus Monotooi, but I managed to lose there due to some shenanigans, being very, like, I had to battle at 4, was it 4 AM? I think it was 4 AM I had to battle, or 5 AM, around, it was very early my time, and I basically choked the game away, because, for some part because of that, and for some part because my calking was a bit off, but Very nice to finally get a win versus Mono. He won with me in Week 3, he won with me in the Monotooi finals, and now I finally got my win versus him. He's still ahead in our games. He's currently 3-1 versus me, like he won 3 times. I only won, so I still have to give him some losses for some future matches to be even, but it still feels very nice, and now I'm looking very good in the playoff race. Like, as long as I keep on winning, I definitely will make playoffs, because I will, if we are winning, I will defeat George, I will defeat Gator, and then I'm going to be coming into playoffs, and then potentially even getting the cup, which was our goal from the start. Of course, not looking too through parts of the season, but now I'm definitely in the race, being 5-4, finally having again a positive record. But yeah, GG to Chris. He brought a very similar team. Like I said, I had the advantage being the loser in our last match, knowing what he brings. He brought very similar monster last time, so I knew how to counter that. But yeah, that's all I can say for this match. I hope you did enjoy. Definitely leave a like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal. And I will see you next week for the next match versus Gator and the Florida Gators, another playoff contender we have to fight for in this for the playoffs. But yeah, that's all from me. I will see you another time. Ciao.